Hi, thank you for joining us today. We're having another training session on QuickBooks, and today it's Enterprise Organizer. Nick is going to show you some additional features and capabilities of helping your customer to keep their documents organized. Nick?
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. So Enterprise Organizer is what you see actually on my desktop. Enterprise Organizer is a desktop document management solution. Much like different solutions you may have used before, such as Paperport, except that it has even additional capabilities. It can be sold or bundled with a QuickBooks, or it can be sold on its own, and list price is around $250. Your cost is less than that. But basically, Enterprise Organizer, it's going to help you with scanning, and it can be used with both a multifunctional device. If the customer already has like a desktop, maybe you have a doctor's office that has Fujitsu scanners, it handles text searchable PDF, so it makes everything text searchable. It also has the ability to be able to scan multiple documents. So really, if you have, let's say, 5 or 6 documents, you want to walk over your copier, instead of scanning them in one at a time so you get separate PDFs, you literally can take a separator page, put it in between, and it will give you individualized PDFs for each document. Unlike what you're used to in Windows Explorer, in Windows, I can only see one document or one area at a time, okay? But with Enterprise Organizer, I actually can see all my incoming scanned documents or faxes. If my faxes are coming into a folder as well on the network, I can actually see and just click on those particular documents. And then down below, I actually can have my filing cabinet, what I'm used to seeing. Now, this is going to adjust depending upon who your client is and how they want to have things set up. Here, we're going to actually use a customers and partners cabinet. And basically, this is on the network, and it's a shortcut right to it. And you see the folders that happen to be the customers or partners. And then below those, let's say, for example, we go to one, Ingram, and you see all the subdirectories right underneath Ingram Micro. So if I actually walk over to my copier and scan something, you'll see a new document populate in there. There we go. Just came in from a Xerox MFP. And there's a couple of things. Either you can have the MFP do the searchability, make a text searchable PDF, and that's great for small documents, but for larger documents, the desktop is much more preferred. You have a faster processor and more memory. Here we go. This particular document has separator pages on it. This is what a separator page looks like. I'll give you a full view. And the only thing it does is tell where one document begins and another one ends. Okay? So how does this happen on the customer's desktop? Simply click there on the document and process separators. Down below on the left-hand side, you can actually see the process happening. When it's done, we're going to have 3 separate documents. There we go. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay? So it is text searchable. It does auto-rotate documents as well. So if you put landscape and portrait in the feeder at the same time, it will auto-rotate them. And at this particular point, we're going to go ahead and drop them in. We're going to put them into where they need to go. With Enterprise Organizer, not only can you move the file in, but you also have the ability to name it. So I'm actually going to click the button that says copy here. It asks me if I want to rename it. And here it automatically prompts me for the name of the file. As you can see, actually you can set up a list of different types of names for files. If this was for an HR department, we could pick any one of these. For medical, you can actually set it up so that it actually has their types of documents. Here we're scanning an invoice, and it's for Ingram Micro. So I simply pick Ingram Micro invoice. There we go. Nice thing about it being text searchable is that I can search for this document at any time. So let's say in 6 months I need to find this document. I can just go over here into the search, and I can put my what I'm looking for in, select what I want to search. There we go. And if you look down below over here, it automatically highlighted the text on the invoice. So think about this for your law firms. Who else could benefit from text searchable PDF? Yvette?
Oh my gosh, we have healthcare, CPAs, schools. There's just anybody that has to do any type of accounting or filing can benefit from that. I mean, even law firms is really big, but also even like construction companies in different places, they're looking for a specific address, specific date, anybody looking for invoices, purchase order numbers, any of that stuff. It helps anybody.
You brought up another one, was healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
We had one the other day where the customer called and they were being audited for 2018. They had all these text searchable PDFs that their QuickBooks had made searchable for them, but they didn't know how to search for the documents they needed. We set up their enterprise organizer on their desktop, pointed it to where all their files were, and we're not talking like a few hundreds. We're talking like almost 30 gigs of files.
Wow.
And they were able to find, exactly what they were looking for. I sent them an email on Monday and set it up on Friday and asked how the audit was going, and they said it was going great. Well, let's say, for example, though, we wanted to send this particular document out. We can literally right-click on this, and we can use the PDF editor within Enterprise Organizer. And we're going to go ahead and click on Edit PDF. It needs to be rotated. We click on the auto rotate. It helps to clean it up. Actually, I can go ahead and I see these little lines here. I can go ahead and clean that up, make it look nicer. We also can hide information. We can redact. Many law firms like to do that. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that information right there. Now, when we send this off, we don't want folks to change or manipulate anything on our PDF, so I've just flattened it. It integrates with Outlook, so all they have to do is click Email File.
Right.
And literally, that's what they see. Notice it's cleaned up on the sides, the top.
I think that it's really neat that it takes care of a lot of it for you, depending on how you have it set up when your scans come in. The rotation, removing blank pages, all those things. You're highlighted on one of the key things that I was going to mention, and that's when sometimes you need to put a signature or you need to put confidential or something on your document, or you want to add your company logo. So we have a stamp area there where Nick is showing that you can stamp whatever it is that you need on there. And if what you want is not already pre-configured, you can add your own. So you can take a picture, logo, your signature, whatever, and add it into your library of stamps and add to it. You can also add comments. You can highlight specific things. So it's just a very, very useful tool, and it really helps a lot with compliancy issues and any of those types of things that many of our customers deal with.
And there we go. So now when we email that particular file out, it actually has all that good stuff on. The nice thing is that when we're done, we don't have to save this back to the actual file.
Right.
Enterprise Organizer also integrates with your Outlook. So if you have customers that like to scan the email, you can actually select multiple emails, click Save a Copy. You don't need these. We just want to save the attachment. And it remembers where you last saved things to. There we go. So Enterprise Organizer has naming standards as well. So if I am a HR department and I want to adjust how I name things, here this is set up for medical, timesheets, referrals, face-to-face, authorization. That's for like nursing visits, home health care. Mm-hmm. This would be for like HR. Once you push these settings out, they go out for everybody. So if they have Enterprise Organizer, they have the same naming conventions as well. So now we all start to name things the same exact way. As far as for folders, with Enterprise Organizer, a lot of times your customer they want to have the same directory structure on each account. So this particular one is for years. That would be great for accounting, years and months. New patient, that would be for, medical, new client, That's for CPA. This is for HR. So how that actually works, we'll just go, for example, I'm going to create a new vendor here. I'm going to call it Verizon. I'm going to apply a folder template for the months. I hit OK. Boom. Now I want to put something in it. Let's say this is the Verizon bill. Notice how it automatically wants to name it. There we go.
Perfect.
Any thoughts, Yvette?
Well, I just think it's amazing how easy it is to use and how quickly everything populates. I hope that everyone watching noticed that every time he did a search, how quick it was. We sometimes have other ways to search, but we have to wait and wait and wait. Also, how quick the OCR process is, and then now being able to set up a new file structure in such a quick amount of time. I just think it's phenomenal, and I know that customers that already have it absolutely love it and always request more copies of it for more people in the office to be able to use. I did want to mention that we had a question come in, Nick, and the question was, they said, what if I go into an account and it's a competitive account and they're not interested in upgrading their copiers at this time? That's the beauty of one of the advantages, I would say, of Enterprise Organizer. This is a great way for you to get your foot in the door. This is not dependent on a certain manufacturer or vendor or even on the MSP at all. This is desktop software. It's only $250 to the customer, and it's a powerful, powerful tool. But more importantly, when you walk in with something like this and you gain that customer's trust and you begin to build that relationship, they will come back to you for more solutions and eventually to upgrade their fleet or whatever else they need. So just leave you with this thought that QuickBox is not just software that attaches to the box, but it's also other things, anything almost, to help a small to medium-sized business get their work done. So anything from communication, printing, scanning, enabling them to have video conferencing, all those things, we're here for you. Thanks for joining, guys, and have a great day.